What you will need: hot glue gun and a lot of hot glue sticks, some tools to cut the popsicle sticks, cardboard, and paper, plenty of popsicle sticks, making the sink. First, get 5 popsicle sticks and line them up. Don't glue them together yet. Line up the measurements of where you want the sink. I had this cat here to make the correct measurements. And then cut out the shape and glue the pieces together. Don't throw these away because we will be using them. I used the 2 of them to make that one wall and then cut other popsicle sticks. It should overall be 2 popsicle sticks high. This is what it should look like with your pet. And then comes the wrapping process. Get whatever color paper you want, I'm just choosing white, and wrap it around the inside and also outer edges like I show here. Now you want to wrap the outside of the sink. And don't worry about the weird looking sides like that one. It's barely noticeable when you start playing. Now you want to wrap paper on the inside of the counter. I cut off little pieces as I'm showing here to fit those edges better. And also make sure you have enough room to wrap the paper upward on those sides here that I'm showing you on the counter. And now lastly, you want to cut out a shape of paper and glue it to the top of your counter. As you saw that side, it's a little weird, so that'll probably be the back. Cut out a piece of sturdy cardboard that is going to stay at the bottom there and hot glue it so it really stays. And then I just cut a popsicle stick and kept cutting it until I got these really tiny pieces. And then I glued them together lightly so that you don't really get that glue access. And it made the cute little sink features. This part's optional, but I added a drawer. It's just a popsicle stick and then a white bead cut in half. You can cut the bead in half with the first tool I showed you near the beginning. It would usually be used to cut popsicle sticks, but it would help crack that thing in half. Next, water down some gray paint and paint the inside of the sink. Making the oven. Get some thin cardboard and cut it out into the correct pieces and height that you will be using for your oven, and I will show you the measurements with the cat. These are what the measurements should look like for the oven. And make sure you cut a little door. You can use this by sliding the scissors to keep making it a very sensitive edge so that it just pokes right through, so you get that perfect sort of line. Don't worry if it's a little messy, we're going to be cleaning it up later. Now it's on to the wrapping process. This is what it should look like. It's basically just a big sheet of paper and fitting it around all the edges as much as possible. Also including the oven door. After you cut all the excess off, this is what it should look like, and I also wrapped the inside back of the oven and also the outside back of the oven, which I'll be showing you here. I left those little things on the side. I didn't fully wrap the back. It just kind of looks more rustic and real. That's what I'm showing you here. And next, you want to make sure that you keep opening and closing the oven door so that it gets used to that motion. And then after you do that, you can wrap it with paper and glue some paper on the sides there. You can take that same watered down gray paint and paint underneath the oven door where it opens so it's a little rusty looking. I also added it on the 2 sides there and near where it meets the counter-ish top. And also I cut a popsicle stick in half and glued it to the door so that you can open and close the oven easier. Next, you're just gonna cut out some reasonable sized thin cardboard circles, paint them black, and that's your oven top. And then you can paint around the little oven circles if you want, the light, the watered down gray color, and also painting the inside. Now for the inside of the oven, as you can see, it is more slanted, so it's shorter near the opening and longer at the back of the oven. That's to help push the food out. Paint some black circles and cut popsicle sticks really short as your knobs. Making the fridge. Get 5 popsicle sticks and just cut the ends off because it's pretty much the size of the whole popsicle stick. And glue 5 of them together. For the sides, you will need 3 popsicle sticks. And also for the top and bottom, you will use 3 popsicle sticks. I'm showing you basically more of where the glue work should be so you get the measurements right. And now take your sheet of paper and we're going to start the wrapping process. Make sure to keep some room in these corners that I'm showing you here so you can easily glue them together, and then cut away the excess. This is what it should look like after it's all wrapped, and as you can see, the corners aren't really showing, they're pinched together, and then I cut away the extra glue excess. And make sure one of the sides when you're doing the wrapping process is longer so that you can fit on the inside of the fridge too while you're wrapping, so it looks smooth, as I'm showing you here. And now we're going to be adding the inside decoration for the fridge. That top part is the freezer, that second shelf is the regular fridge, and the bottom will act as another shelf. Cut out a piece of paper and wrap it around the 2 shelves. And then cut out a piece to wrap around this shelf. Take any kind of small straws you have and cut it into where you want the doors to be, and then glue it to the fridge on the side. And I forgot to show how many popsicle sticks I used, but it's basically the size of the fridge, and then you want to wrap it and then hot glue some thin cardboard and make sure there's a little flap on the edge here that I'm showing you so it can open and close. This is how it should move and look like after you hot glue it. I painted the inside here, as you can see, and also I'm going to be painting the sort of like top and side and bottom layers so that the brown cardboard isn't coming through. And then you want to do the same to the top. Glue on the popsicle sticks as door handles, paint whatever needs to be painted white, and you basically have your fridge. I added this extra detail of doing that light gray color and adding it sort of rusty on that circle edge, I guess. And these are the measurements for the door handle. Making the dining table. Take 5 popsicle sticks and glue them together, and you can basically do whatever size you want. This is what I chose. Then do the wrapping process and hot glue some popsicle sticks on the bottom and paint them white. This is how tall it should be before chairs. Making tables chairs. Glue 3 popsicle sticks together and cut out 4 squares. This is what it should look like for your pet. Wrap them up in paper and basically repeat the process of the dining table. Hot glue the little pieces for the bottom of the chair, paint them white, and you have cute little chairs. This is what the height should be. Making the counter. Get more thin cardboard and cut out some pieces and glue them together into this shape. It's basically the same shape as the kitchen sink, which I will be showing you. As you can see here, with the counter, it is the same size. Hot glue that little counter piece on the top there, and then start the wrapping process. I also added that cardboard piece on the inside there just to stabilize it more. Cut out some popsicle sticks and make the drawers, and then I used the ends of the popsicle sticks to make those sort of door handle things. And it's optional if you want to glue them together, but I did. Making the island counter. Basically, follow the last step. Cut out the same height and size of both of those together, and that'll be the size of your island. Then wrap it. Again, I added that inside stabilizer. And that is pretty much it for the island. This is what it should look like with the pet in front of it. And you can even add a chair if you want, so it could also be used as a dining table. And you are all done and ready to play. I hope this helped.